I'm wasting film. Hello, my name is John. Welcome to JonEdwardsDrums. This is a drum cover channel I'm trying out. I'm gonna see where it goes. In this video, I'm gonna teach you drums. So in this video, I'm gonna be telling you what I'm going to be covering, like what style of music I listen to on a regular basis, which is going to reflect on what I actually cover. And I'm also going to take you through all the drums and cymbals I use, brands, types, sounds, drums, and we'll see how this intro goes. So, I've grown up on rock my whole life. I've never really listened to anything else. It was always just Led Zeppelin and Van Halen and Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters growing up. So, I listened to that stuff all my life. You know, just all that different rock stuff. I'm popping my toes. So I grew up on all that stuff, and around, I think it was early 7th grade year, I'm now a sophomore, just to take into context, I heard my first Screamo song, which is, I don't know why you need to know this, but it was Ungrateful by Escape the Fate. And ever since then, that's become my favorite style of music. I listen to it on a regular basis. It's what I drum mostly. I will do some other covers, some alternative, my girlfriend actually told me, I asked her, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do should I do some pop songs? And I'm gonna let her choose those, because that's what she listens to. So, you know, we'll get some pop in there, and we'll just see where it goes, but mostly it's just gonna be like that hardcore music that I listen to and I like to drum to. So if you like that stuff, Bring Me the Horizon, August Burns Red, Suicide Silence, Devil Wears Prada, all that stuff, even more, a lot of stuff. And then anywhere from Foo Fighters to Nirvana to any song, Led Zeppelin even, any band, I will cover those too. So, that's how I am. I'm currently 15, 4 months and something to 16 years old, so I'm pretty young in the context of just being a drummer, but I promise you I will not disappoint. I am pretty good. I've been playing for almost 11 years now, which is pretty impressive. I've been playing ever since I was 5. I've always had a sense of beat, a sense of rhythm. My dad was a drummer in a band in the 90s, so he taught me my basic beat, and from there I've taught myself over the years and just kind of created my own style, and from these influences of rock and screamo, just kind of created the way I drum, basically. So that's enough about my backstory of how I came to like my genres and the stuff that I'll be covering. Once again, that's mostly what I'll be covering on this channel. So I'm going to take you behind the set to show you my drum setup, my cymbal setup, the type of cymbals, brand, types, the drums I use, and all that. Give you all that information if you want to know that. But just, if you don't want to know that, that's what I'm about. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's go behind the set. So over here, I'll be using new beat hi-hats from Zildjian. They're 14 inches. They cut really well through recordings, and they sound great still, even though they don't look the greatest. Over here, I'd usually have my second crash cymbal stand, as most drum sets do, and I can pick up my cymbal stand tomorrow. I was getting it fixed, but this cymbal usually goes here. It's a Meinl MB10 18-inch medium crash. It's a very bright crash cymbal, yet has some dark tones in it, and I use it for my secondary crash cymbal on my left. So I love this cymbal. Meinl is my favorite cymbal company, but if you look here, there's a minor crack that appeared, and I'm gonna have to try to get this cut before I do any covers, and that's kind of why I'm postponing it for a couple weeks. I don't want to crack it anymore, so I'm gonna get that fixed, and then I'll start doing covers. So that's my secondary crash, and that's what I'll be using. So over here is my splash. It's a AAX 10-inch splash from Sabian. Cuts through really well. It's a very bright splash. There it is. Over here is my main crash cymbal. It's a Classics custom 18-inch medium crash from Meinl. It's brighter than the one on the left over here. It has a little bit brighter, glassier tone, which is good for a main crash. So that's what I'll be using for all my crashes. You're gonna hear this one a lot, just FYI. And this is also my nicest cymbal, so I take pride in it very carefully. gonna wipe that off afterwards. So over here, I have a Sabian 22-inch rock ride. It's a really heavy, resonant rock ride. It has a really good bell. It's not the greatest looking, as I said, for the hi-hats, but it gets the job done, and it still sounds great. So over here, last cymbal, it's my China. It's a 16-inch Oriental trash China. It's a very, very bright China. It's a very short-lived China. Sounds great with recordings, and this is actually my favorite cymbal. This one, and technically all Chinas. I love the sound of Chinas. It's my favorite cymbal. So that's my fave, and it's a Zildjian. So here we are for the drums. My camera's gonna run out of storage, so I gotta go quick. As always, use Vic Firth 5B American Classic. These are black. I bought a 4-pack of them a while ago, so I have them laying around. I'll be using those for a while. Great sticks, last a long time, and they have an amazing feel to them. Over here is the snare. It's a PDP Piccolo snare. It's 13 inches. It's pretty thin, as you can see. I have an Ocrian head on here right now, but usually I'd use Remo. It's the best. And then I have a 14-inch studio ring that I cut to fit this. It's actually 13 inches. As I said, it's a good snare. Cuts through really well. I would like to have a wood snare, but this is what I got. It's an all-metal snare, so yeah. So now for toms. I'm going to go quick. This, and this are part of a CB700 international set. 12-inch tom, 16-inch floor tom, and I think this is just a standard size bass drum, not as length, but just as the skin and the shell goes. It's a dark blue, and they do the job well. I also have studio rings on these, which I use to get rid of those overtones. I got a moon gel over there too. And that's for that. Remo heads, as always. So, for pedals, I use a Gibraltar double bass pedal. I use the hard side of the beaters. It comes out better on recordings, and it's a little bit louder. And you get a little bit more punch from them. Yeah. So, that is it. That was my run through of my drum set and kind of information about this channel. I'm going to try to upload a new drum cover every Saturday, starting in a couple of weeks. The first cover will be August Burns Red's The 11th Hour. I've been wanting to cover that one for a while, but I've just kind of gotten, set up and used to it, and I've been practicing, so yeah, check me out if you want to be notified of a new video every Saturday. Click the subscribe button, like, comment as always, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.